Hey guys, before we get started, we just want to say thank you to DigitalFoto for sending us the RS2W Wooden Handle for the DJI RS2 or RSC2. As usual, we're not paid to say anything besides our own opinions, and DigitalFoto does not get to see this video before it is published. Let's get straight to the point. So this is the wooden handle from DigitalFoto made specifically for the RS2 or RSC2 gimbal from DJI. I have the RS2 with my BMP-CC 4K fully rigged out setup right here. This is almost a must-have accessories when it comes to gimbal work, especially with the modern day gimbals, because a lot of them, they have this pistol kind of single handle setup right here, and I feel like it's not that comfortable holding onto a gimbal like this with two hands so close to each other, and the weight is mainly distributed on just one arm, and it gets really tiring after filming for a couple of hours, so keep that in mind. This is why this handle is very handy, and I love using these handles. I reviewed another one before. This is the one from DigitalFoto. The entire handle, it's made out of metal except this wooden look kind of piece on both sides, and this knob right here. I'm not sure why they made this knob a plastic knob. I wish it can be a metal one as well, but other than that, everything else is metal, including this handle right here. Let's talk about some of the features on the handle itself. You have a cold shoe right here, and also two 1/4-20 mounts on the side for you to mount, let's say, monitor, microphone, or light. And at the bottom or at the end of the wooden handle, you have this cold shoe mount as well. This one allows you to use what they included in the box, a monitor mount right here. This is very nice of them, including this piece. This one uses a cold shoe mount as well to go inside this cold shoe. You can slide it in, tighten it, and then you can mount your monitor here. And when you attach the wooden handle to the gimbal this way, the monitor is right in front of your face. This is probably what most people will use this handle as, but I will show you guys how I use this kind of handle, because I found a way that it's a little bit easier for me to use the gimbal with a better weight distribution of this handle here, using this handle, I should say. And it's completely different from this. This is for people who want to use it for like underslung mode, but this one does not really take the weight off of this hand, and I just found it a little bit harder. And there is also, let me slide this off, there's also another 1/4-20 mount right here and a 3/8 mount right here. So 1/4-20, 3/8, and cold shoe at the end. These big ones are not 3/8s, they're just holes. So they're not 3/8, so just two 1/4-20 and one cold shoe mount right here. The way to attach this handle is very simple. You basically just slide it into this electronic pin part of the DJI RS2 or RSC2 with this mount right here. And there is a secure or a special secure spring pin just to make sure that it doesn't slide or it doesn't drift, but I wouldn't rely on this pin right here to handle all the weight, so don't do it. This is just for you to prevent it from drifting. So this is another knob that you use to tighten this mount right here. This one is for you to adjust the angle of the handle. So if you release this, you will be able to adjust the angle of the handle. And they do have teeth right here, which is nice to prevent the handle from drifting or sliding. So once you pick the angle, you can lock it in very solidly. And one thing to keep in mind is when you flip the handle, the part that has the finger groove might not be facing the right direction, but don't worry, because what happened is they have this pin right here that you can release, and you can take the entire handle off, or you can just rotate it, and they come with 4 small pins for you to relocate it facing the other side without, again, drifting or turning. So that's very nice. So this way you can rotate the entire handle facing the other way. Let's talk about this hand finger groove thingy that allows you to grab onto the handle securely. But this one right here is a little bit too big for my hands. Maybe I have small hands. So this is not really comfortable for me, but I can grab onto the whole handle, so I'm not that against it. So this is how you use this handle, and again, they come with the monitor mount with the cold shoe. You can even slide it onto the side. It works the same. So you can use the monitor on the side. It's really nice of them including this piece, because this piece, I believe, if you buy it separately, it will cost you probably like $15, $20. So this is included. So that's very nice of them. In the next part of the video, I'll show you how I attach this handle onto my RS2 with the BMPCC 4K camera and show you guys how I would use it instead of using it this way as what most people would use this kind of handle. So let's take a look. All right, let's take a look and see how we can attach the DigitalFoto RS2W Wooden Handle for the DJI RS2 or RSC2. This handle right here has the attachment where you can attach it to the electronic pin mount on both sides of the gimbal, and it's actually really easy. This is how it looks like. Usually how people would set it up is to have the handle facing yourself upward like this, because it comes with a monitor mount with a 1/4-20 screw that you can have in a monitor up here in front of your face. And this is how usually people would attach it, but I'll show you guys how I usually attach these kinds of handle. So there is a secure pin right here at this part of the handle. I just need to slide this in and pull onto the secure pin just to slide the entire handle down like this. It is actually secure already, but I wouldn't trust this little pin. So what you need to do is to tighten this knob as much as you can, just because a lot of weight will be on this handle right here, especially if you are going into underslung mode. I have the DJI RS2 with the BMPCC 4K camera here, fully rigged out, tilted cage, NPF battery, a counterweight. This is usually not recommended. This is a really heavy and tall setup, but this is how I use to film all my videos outside, and it's totally fine. The gimbal is handling it, no problem. I have a counterweight here as well. So if you attach it facing backward like this, it will look like this. The first thing I noticed is this handle seems to be sticking out a lot more than other second handle that I've used for the DJI RS2. So you have a little bit more clearance between your fingers and the back motor right here. And of course, they call it a wooden handle, but this is actually made of metal completely. And this groove right here, it's supposed to be for your fingers, but for myself, maybe my hand is too small. It doesn't really fit properly, but I can still just grab onto this handle right here and use it like this. A lot of people would use it like this. The reason why I don't use it like this is because I am still having most of the weight on my other arm, no matter if it's right or left. But this arm on the gimbal handle is still handling almost all the weight, and this is not doing anything to control the weight or to handle the weight unless you are going to underslung mode. So that's why I don't use this kind of setup like this. And usually I wouldn't have a monitor like right in front of my face, especially this one is like sticking out so much. If I have a monitor right here, it's going to be like right in my face. I have a big screen on my Pocket 4K anyway, so I don't really need that. Another way to set it up is some people might loosen this up and point this downward. You might be wondering, like the handle, the wooden handle groove, it's facing me right now, so it's not really working, right? But there is actually a knob right here, if I can figure out how to release it. And you can rotate this facing backward, and they do have some small pins. Oops, I totally loosened the whole thing. There are 4 small pins where you can locate the handle and have it secured at either facing forward or backward without drifting. So those are really good. I like those small tiny pins. And at this part of the handle, they do have teeth. Again, I love those. So it's not going to slip on you. It's not going to drift. So this is another way to do it. I think this is better because some weight is on my other handle or on my other hand right now, so I am not carrying the entire setup with my left arm right now. But the best way that I found is actually having the second handle pointing forward. I know it might sound kind of weird, but I'm going to quickly show you guys. So I'm going to release this and flip it and have it attached to this side of the gimbal. So if I can loosen this and slide this in very quickly. Oh, I totally loosened the whole thing, but that's okay. Oh, there's a spring right there. Okay, so I'm gonna slide this in, make sure that it is secure, tighten this knob the tightest I can go, and now you can see that the handle, the wooden handle is at the front, and of course I'll have to flip this again to make sure that the finger grooves are pointing forward like this. This is actually the best position that I found, because now I have this second handle handling some weight off the heavy setup. And a lot of time when I'm filming, let's say I usually don't film at eye level, I'll lower it a little bit. This way, most of the weight actually it's pointing forward to the second handle. So this way I will have a secure grip, and the weight distribution is way better than having just a pistol grip or having the handle at the back doing nothing almost. So if I film this way, I'll be in like I would call it like a fighting stand, and this is how I usually film with a second handle. So this is how I would set it up. If you want to attach a monitor, you can still have it here, because there's a cold shoe mount right here and also 2 1/4-20s. So 2 1/4-20 mounts and 1 cold shoe mount. These are not 3/8 mounts, these are just holes. So you can't really mount anything 3/8. But 2 1/4-20s and 1 cold shoe right here, you can still mount monitor, light, or a microphone there. This is how I would use it. I think this is pretty good. Let's show you guys a little bit closer. That's it. Those are my thoughts on the DigitalFoto RS2W handle for the DJI RS2 or RSC2 gimbal. To me, this is a must-have accessory when I am doing gimbal work with the RS2, because it helps me a lot with the weight distribution, and it is much easier filming with the gimbal on set for more than like an hour or like a couple of hours. So this is a really helpful accessory. Let us know what you think in the comment section below. If you're interested in seeing other accessories like the Thanos from DigitalFoto, leave a comment so we can ask them to send us the sample. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.